since the military came out to say they were not carrying out the reprisal attack in the community, we needed to know, could that be true?
Okay.
We needed to know what could that be like. You know, all over the media, there's a way that this attack, this very sudden killing of military officers have been had, unprovoked killing of military men. We needed to be sure.
Yeah.
Could this be the case? Or are there parts to this story we don't know about? And that's why I set out yesterday to find out. Go to Okwama, or as close as Okwama as I could get, and then hear from people who were there from the start of everything. Now, in Delta State, there are like 3 different access points to Okwama, which is a riverine community.
Okay.
The closest to me was through Okwagbe. So I went through Okwagbe yesterday morning. Getting to Okwagbe was all the boats were packed. Boat drivers are not allowed to move because where can they go? That waterway leads to Okwama, after which you get some Koloba and then some other riverine communities before you get to Bomadi. These people survive daily by transporting people from each place to these riverine communities.
Yeah.
But because of what's going on in Okwama, nobody goes. The waterway is blocked. So when I got there and I told them, okay, I needed to get as close to possible. They said, okay, what they can do for me is the military base close by. They're going to take me there. Then I could speak with them if they can call their colleagues to grant us access
Okay.
community. And to me, that sounded fun. So we went to the military base. I spoke with the commandant in charge there. And then the man said, and I quote, even me and my as military members of the armed forces, they're not allowed access a pathway to that route on water yesterday by my colleagues from the Nigerian Army and the Nigerian Navy. So it is beyond me to give you that kind of access. And then he advised that since I needed to get this coverage done, I should go to Bomadi, the local government headquarters, Bomadi local government headquarters.
Okay.
And then I should go to their military base and speak with the commander there. That he is the only one that can grant me that access I'm looking for.
Okay.
And I said, okay. Now, ordinarily, from Okwagbe Waterside, where I was, to Bomadi, shouldn't have taken me more than an hour if I go through water.
Okay.
But because the water was blocked, I had to go through land again. And that meant running over 3 hours just to get to Bomadi.
Okay, Carol, hold on. I'm not. Please hold that thought. I want to get this clear. Did you introduce yourself properly to them on that end to say you are a journalist?
Absolutely,
Okay.
I did.
Okay.
I did. I even told them in the outfit I was doing this report for, and it sounded fine to them, and they directed me go to Bomadi.
Did you have your ID card on you? Did you identify yourself with an ID card?
I had my ID card on me.
Okay.
I had my ID card on me.
All right, go ahead, please.
On my way to Bomadi, I noticed the governor's convoy coming back, and then I noticed his press was also coming back with him. So I quickly said, if the governor has gone there, hopefully there will be stories already. There will be, reports of this is what it looks like indeed.
Yeah.
I tried to, can I nothing was coming out. Nothing, no information. Nothing was there. So I continued my journey. I got to Bomadi. And I approached the military man. Okay, your colleagues from Okwagbe directed me to come see the commandant in charge of the military base. And they directed me to their base at the water side in Bomadi. I went there. And I was said to somebody, okay, this is your guy here. I went to speak with him. I introduced myself. I said, good morning, sir. I'm a journalist doing this story for this media outfit. And I was told I can't even conclude except I get clearance from you. The next thing the man will say, I said, get out of here now. I was shocked. Like, wow, that was fast. I was about to walk away. Then he called me back. Hey, go ahead. You say, what again? I thought this was coming from a place of he wanted to get clarity on what I said.
Yeah.
So I was narrating myself all over again. The next thing, two other soldiers came from the side. Oh, you want to go to Mama? Come here. He handed me over to them. And what will follow you? They will drag me because I can say, what is Kwama? You go. I see that was not enough. They took my ID card. They brought out their phone. And see what they did. They made videos of me saying that I am one of the people who killed soldiers in the Kwama community. Saying that I know the whereabouts of the orders they are looking for and that I was going to confess. They're asking me, where are the guns? These people held my ID card knowing fully well that I was the first man. Done with that, they had like 50 young guys who were already unclothed, sitting on the floor. It took me where those guys were. Almost asked me to sit inside the copter. And then they said, no, don't sit there. They took me to a different side altogether. And they started questioning me again. Who do you say you are again? For every question they asked, I was bruised, slapped, punched, matching me, using sticks on me. And for every time I answered, the same thing followed. And then they will go ahead and tell me that why should I be working for a foreign media organization? What do I want to tell them? They will go further to tell me, to ask me rather, has the president spoken on this? Yes. What did the president say? I told him. And then they said, so what other information am I looking for?
All right, hold on, Carol. Hold on. I'm sorry, I have to hold it there. I will reconnect with you. We have a break coming up. Please stay with us.
All right, that's fine.
The question is not why South Africa. The real question is how you South Africa. How you'll come across 1,000
I'm Sam Oracle Chinedu. We're talking about the situation in Delta State. The latest from that is that the JTF barred journalists from covering the governor's assessment tour of the Okwama community in Ueli South local government area of Delta State. And I've been on the phone with Oghenekaro Aruakpor, who is a Delta-based journalist. Hello, Caro. Are you still there?
Yes, Sam, I'm still.
All right. Thanks for being there. So you were narrating your experience.
Yeah, I so they kept putting the president has put your country. Once you go and tell your editors that everything is fine, everything the police is saying is true, you've gotten here and you're saying, we are here. Are you doubting that military people are killed? For every question they ask you, for every question I was speaking of, I have never been put humiliated aside from this. Never. And to think that people will want to remind me or to tell me that they are educated. Because the starting part, the most happening part of this case, this was not done by the lower officers. You look at and be like, oh, probably they're not educated. This was done by ranking soldiers. The ones that speak English and look polished and all that. One of them will go ahead to just tell me that he studied law, has a master's degree, 2 master's degrees, so bad. And I wonder, for someone who studied law, you were the ones getting this on somebody. For me, when I left my house yesterday, trying to get to Obama, I tried to cover his story. By the time I left that day in Bomadi, I had become a part of the story. And it makes me wonder, for the close to 15 that I saw being targeted by the military, could they be innocent people too? It makes me wonder, if indeed, as the military are putting, that would look without any form of attack in Kwama, why then are journalists not allowed to go close? Not just myself, but also to on the convoy of the governor. This is supposed to be one man in the state. And then usually, like you said, journalists to go everywhere with it. Guess what? But and it was at the time they were picking me up. They now told me that some came with boss now. We brought them back. And it makes me wonder, is there something the military is hiding? Already, if you monitor the trend of the narration of this whole very bad attack, I should say, of military men in Okwama, you realize that almost every information thus far has been controlled by the military, coming from the military. And that's raising lots of concerns. Is it all there is in the story? If that is all there is, then how come the military is so scared to allow journalists approach this community? It's saddening.
Yeah, it is sad. You were not there, but I would, of course, wonder why the governor did nothing about his media team being barred from gaining entrance.
No, who doesn't talk so much, so that would not come up as a shock to journalists who are familiar with the workings of the government.
Okay, so let's look at welfare. How has your establishment taken, the development with the assaults on your person, and has the media body in Delta State made any statements? Has there been a response, some kind of reaction?
Well, I submitted my report yesterday, and I've been told that they will be taking it up with the military. I think they've drawn the attention of the military at the national level to the matter already.
Okay.
But that, as far as I know, for the media body in Delta State, I haven't gotten them involved. That's because when I set out on this, I didn't go there as a journalist for my broadcast organization. I went there as a journalist for an international broadcast organization.
Yeah.
And that's the benefit of the doubt. Let's see what they do about it. Let's see where they go. But then I hope and I will ensure on my own part that this does not come on that carpet. No journalist deserves to be treated the same. No other person should get to experience this for simply trying to do their job. It's a barrack. It doesn't speak well of the military. How do you accuse the community of reacting by impulse? Just reacting, moving to anger, and then you are doing the exact same thing you accuse this community of doing in your own way because you have gone and because you are authorized to do that. Don't get me wrong, I sympathize with the military because they are as much from what I've been able to gather, even from the communities, they are as much a victim in this whole matter, right? So I sympathize with them. But how they are going about this whole thing, it's not very appealing to many Deltans. If few people have committed this crime, why should an entire community have to pay for it?
Yeah, that's the big question that requires very straightforward answers. And finally, Carol, what is the latest development as regards the Okwama issue coming out of Delta? Have there been any new angles to the story?
I don't know what to say yesterday.
Okay.
No media came out, said something to do. But then what I'm finding, one of the SSAs on social media, from representatives, to come on and say, what we are hearing, putting in now, from what we are hearing with our people, the military is very off using the former community from the map of Delta State. That's the small step in that matter. What governor will be doing, what the state government will be doing, I do not know. It is not spoken on that. It's interesting. While visited Okwama yesterday, that drama was going on. So I don't think it is not like this, but I would love to become security of the state.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Oghenekaro, for speaking with us. More importantly, thank you for your work, your excellent service as a journalist. I hope that I know it can be traumatic, and I'm sorry you had to go through what you did. But I hope this does not deter you in the pursuit of balanced news.
It didn't. But then it has a way of just making you understand what at the end of the day.
All right. Well, we appreciate you for making the time. Have yourself a wonderful day, sir.
Thank you so much, Sam. Have a lovely day.
All right. Well, there you have it. Oghenekaro, Aruakpor, a Delta-based journalist who was assaulted by soldiers in Delta, according to him, because he wanted answers. There are so many questions begging answers, too many. The military has made statements. The president has said a thing or two. Resource persons, analysts, catalysts, legal practitioners, everyone has had something to say. I'm hoping that you also have something to say. Stay with me. Now, I was supposed to take the statement by Temisa Etiosa earlier. In the meantime, a conflict expert Temisa, spoke on ways to de-escalate the crisis. Let's hear from the expert. Okay. All right, we'll get back to that.
Apparently, both parties are agreed. They've lost members. So I think the army should go about this in a peaceful manner, and members of the community should also cooperate with them, with the army, because we don't want to see any bloodshed again. We don't want to see. Let members dialogue. And if there's, people that can weigh in, important figures in the society, important figures in Nigeria, peace-loving Nigerians, presidency, advocate, and all of that, if they can come together, and that's a way forward for peace.
Meanwhile, as the manhunt for the killers continue, an indigene of Odi in Bayelsa State, Koku Imanaga, who witnessed the Odi massacre of 1999, has advised the military to heed the orders of President Tinubu for a probe to avoid repeating the mistakes made in the Odi community. He said this in an interview on the Rise television.
As it happened to Odi, let it not be the usual pattern. Let them completely obey the command of the Mr. President and Commander-in-Chief. Go after the killers, not everybody in the community. Because in the case, it was the entire community they went after. So this time around, let them go after the killers, and also the community should operate with the military. If they know them, let them bring them out. In the case of Odi, it was only one indigene from Odi that participated with the other criminals. And we suffered because of one person joining the other boys. So I am praying that these young men that have put that community into trouble be fished out.
What's your take on this development? 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. WhatsApp is 080-903-06-416. We're live on Facebook and Twitter. It is at Nigeria Info PH. If and when you call, please turn off your radio so we can hear you and we can enjoy the conversation. Good afternoon. My name is Gospar Uzoma from Ada George. The military men who killed the community people, you have to add allegedly to that because an investigation is ongoing. What will happen to them? We must balance it as much as I'm not justifying the killing of military men. Yes, that's what this conversation looks to achieve. Balance. Jude calls from Omuma. Good evening, Jude.
Yeah, Sam.
Good evening.
A journalist who spoke with you really took a very bad risk. Very bad risk. There's a slang or slogan in the military: obey the last order. And nobody knows the last order given to the military. And you see what happened, where there was bloody civilians, disarmed soldiers, took away their rifles, and killed them. It's something that we all have to be very bad about. The journalists, for me, took a very bad risk. Because once an order is given, they obey the last order. We can't say what the last order that was given to them. But let's pray that they can get the culprits arrested and peace returned to that community.
All right, thank you very much, Jude. But the risk taken by the journalist is the exact kind of risk associated with journalism. Yes, indeed. It's called an occupational hazard. You go where others would not in search of the truth. Divine from Woji. Hello, Divine.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
First and foremost, I want to sincerely sympathize with the army for what has happened to them. I can see the rage and the anger in them from where I am here because I have a brother in the army. They are somebody's children, somebody's father, somebody's uncle. People depend on them. They weren't going there for war crisis. They want to attack the community. They were going for peacekeeping mission, and they were slaughtered. We expect the army to keep quiet. Well, yes, not to take it the way they are taking it. I'm also sorry for your journalist, a colleague, who suffered in that manner, I am very, very sorry for what has happened to you. But I want every Nigerian here listening today to put yourself in the shoes of those families whose daughter killed for trying to make peace in the community. How would you feel? In those army with your children, with your brothers, with your uncles, with your in-laws, how would you feel? That children will be in the street. Their wives will suffer for it because they want to keep peace. So please, if any journalists want to go there for now, my own take, my view is, please go to the army, get a clearance letter from them. I'm going to a place that's highly volatile as such. If the army ourselves will not bomb houses, let's take it from them. Because they have always pulled up to their responsibility. If they make mistakes, they don't hesitate to say we are sorry. But if they say we did not bomb that community, let's take it from them. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you, Divine. I mean, it's a platform to air your opinion. But there are opinions that are difficult to agree with. Now, you asked a question. If you were in the military and, your men were killed, how would you feel? And while it is senseless, nobody wants anybody to die, whether from the side of the military or the civilians on the other end, or whoever is a part of this mix, nobody should die. Feelings do not come to play here, because if you walk with emotions, you wouldn't get anywhere. The reason why the military are of a higher intelligence is because they are trained to know how to conduct themselves in these kinds of situations. So if sacking an entire community because I've lost a few men is your response, it is the wrong response. And in the news, you see words like manhunt. Of course, the president has said that investigation should be conducted. So it is sad. Nobody wants anybody to die from whatever side. But if what the military is accused of, and it's still at the point of allegation, they've denied, they said they burnt houses, they say no, we didn't do it. So investigation is ongoing. Nobody can say anything for certain. But that definitely is not how to respond. Soldiers are known for strategizing. So Divine, thanks for sharing, but no, it's not good enough. Hector, please call back Hector if you can. 08179230002. Sam Oracle, it's sad the ordinary innocent community members have had to pay the price of the crime committed by others. May their souls rest in peace. Nelsie from PH. But that's what happens. A lot of people, in some cases, will pay for the sins of others. But again, it is important to note, I'm very particular about this, everything is still within the purview of allegedly. So we cannot say who did or who did not. Hopefully, investigation answers those questions. Ibiso from Odili Road. Hello?
Yes, Sam, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, the topic on ground.
Yeah.
For me, that the journalist took a bad risk of his own life. Because even on the street here, when a journalist wants to cover maybe some government event, the way they treat journalists, talkers of killing generals, some generals and some army personnel, are these people, the way they believe, even the government, our government, don't respect journalists. And if the head cannot respect journalists, if the military will respect journalists, that maybe just want to cover a story, they will molest you. Compared to this one, about 17 or 16 soldiers go down. And now, going there, according to the news yesterday, the Delta State governor was there. They allowed the government house press to take anything. My brother, is all the 22 million as my salary for that day said. My family is important because they don't respect journalists here. Go to Gaza, West Bank, what is happening there? You see journalists, they won't give them bulletproof and helmet to wear to cover their what they want to cover. Try to test on their power. So, it's very, no journalist should just take any risk. Because after, maybe if God forbid they kill you, in 2 weeks' time, they will just come and see your parents and give them 2 million or 5 million naira. If they respect journalists, they will allow journalists, the military will protect the journalists to do what they want to do.
All right.
But yeah, so thank you, my brother.
Thank you, Biso. It's to test on their power. Obed from Ada George. Hello, Obed.
Good evening, Sam.
Good evening. How are you doing?
Good evening, Mr. Sam.
Good evening. I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Sam, I think with the account of the journalist, it tells you clearly that the application made against the military might be true. Because if you are not allowing journalists to the community, it means that there's something you're hiding. You understand? So this is not the first time we have seen military or the police come out to deny an allegation like this. It's not the first time. But it goes on to show that our military is bereft of intelligence. Because if you are trying to approach what happened with the Reprisal, you show clearly that they are bereft of intelligence. Now, if you're trying to bombard the community and bring down the community, how will you get information that will lead to the arrest of these guys who committed this act? You understand? So these are things we are talking about. So I am saying, I am not in support of the killing of the military, neither will I be in support of the Reprisal attack coming from the side of military. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Zion calls from GRA. Good evening, Zion.
Yeah, Sam, good evening to you.
Good evening.
It's so pathetic we found ourselves in such a state and situation.
Indeed.
Where we don't even know who to trust at this material time. If the journalist account should be O or L for a reality, then the military is not telling us the truth. When this issue broke out, I see a Nigerian that was united for the military. I was indifferent. I said, well, we don't know the facts yet. And some of us that have relatives or close people that have to be calls, what is going on? This is the information. Tell us what is happening. And they told us the truth. For now, nobody can tell the truth. Now, a journalist that just want to capture scene, not to go and interview anybody, they could not allow him. The people of that environment, history has proven that they are people that love Nigeria. They cannot just wake up and see the military and attack the military like that. But let's come to have the final discussion. Are you sure these are the people from that community that perpetrated this act? Don't forget, they told us that some people that were causing problems, when we rebounded, they chased them away. Where did they run to? How are we sure those are not the people that went there to commit this heinous act? This morning, when your colleague had a conversation with the resource person, because of sentiments and whatever, we choose not to say.
All right, Mr. Zion.
He expected the military deploy intelligence, number one. Number two, to back it up with journalists.
All right.
Please will come and tell you what is happening.
Thank you very much. I have to move on now. Wari Boko from Alakahia. Good evening.
Oracle.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you doing?
Oracle, it please me when I have a journalist on the side
assaulted.
Because our ministry are feeling as if they are not working of the truth. If there is nothing they are hiding, allow journalists to get information and bring to the to me. Let this information the journalists will decide that we also the military to get.
No, my. I apologize for that. So lots of statements have been made, and something that stood out for me is, I think the caller before Mr. Zion stating that if the soldiers treated the journalists in that manner, then what they've been accused of is very likely true. Well, it's all speculative. But I mean, to a person who applies common sense, it's very easy to think along those lines. Think about it. Your younger sibling comes and says, oh, brother or sister, so and so person beat me, and you confront them and say, no, I didn't touch him, oh no, I didn't, me, a child of God like me. So you don't know who to believe. You're like, okay, it's okay. While your moving away with your sibling, right there in your presence, the person donates a slap they're not using on somebody's cheek. You're like, you would very likely believe that they beat your sibling because you've seen them in action. So the fact that they've assaulted this journalist, his word against theirs, makes it believable that they are guilty of the reprisal attack. But the statement from the president, basically an order, not just a statement, is that investigation should be conducted and no one should go unpunished. Keep our fingers crossed. We are waiting, watching. And let's hope that something good comes out of all of this. I have a break coming up shortly. After that, I'll be taking your messages connected to this conversation on different platforms. That will lead us all the way to 5 p.m. where the news comes up and our next conversation activates. Please stay with us.
You are tuned in to
Nigeria Info.
We'll be right back after this.